Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we are diving deep into what really feels like the next big leap in artificial intelligence. We're talking about the shift from an AI that just creates things to an AI that actually gets things done.
So I want you to just think about this for a second. We're all getting pretty used to AIs that can chat with us, answer our questions, or maybe draft an email. But what if your AI did more than just talk? What if it could actually act on your behalf?
No, seriously, picture this. You wake up in the morning and your AI has already gone through your entire inbox. It's sorted everything, drafted replies to the important stuff, and left you a perfect little summary of everything you need to know. This isn't science fiction anymore. This is the promise of what we call Agentic AI.
To really get our heads around this, we need to look at the huge difference between the AI most of us use today and this new kind of AI that's emerging. It all really boils down to one thing: being reactive versus being proactive.
Okay, so the AI that you and I probably use every day, that's generative AI. Think about your favorite chatbot or image creator. Now, these tools are absolutely incredible, but they are fundamentally reactive. They literally just sit there and wait for you to give them a command. Then they generate something, and that's it. Their job is done.
Let's make this super practical. Think about a YouTuber creating a video. They might use generative AI to get some script ideas, or brainstorm cool thumbnails, or maybe even whip up some background music. But, and this is the key, notice who's really running the show. The human has to look at every single suggestion, tweak the results, and manage the whole process from start to finish. The AI is a great co-pilot, but the human is still flying the plane.
Now this is where it all clicks into place. Look at this comparison. Generative AI waits for a prompt. Agentic AI, on the other hand, is given a goal. One gives you a single output, while the other kicks off a whole chain of actions. We're moving from an AI that just answers our questions to one that actually goes out and completes entire tasks for us with way less handholding.
And I love this quote because it just nails the concept perfectly. Think of a regular app as a product you buy and use, like a tool. But an AI agent, that's more like an employee that you hire to work for you, taking care of things in the background. It's a totally different relationship with technology.
So if these agents are like little digital employees, you're probably wondering, how do they think? What's actually going on under the hood? Well, let's take a look inside the agent's brain.
The first thing you've got to understand is that an AI agent isn't just one single giant brain. It's something called a compound AI system. The real magic happens when you take a powerful model and then build a whole system around it, connecting it to other pieces that let it solve really complicated problems.
An agent is always running through this kind of loop. First, it perceives the world around it. A new email pops up. Then it decides what to do next using its brain. After that, it acts on that decision using its tools, like, say, drafting that reply. And finally, and this is so important, it learns from what happened so it can do better next time. And this cycle just keeps going.
This whole life cycle is basically held up by three core capabilities. You can think of them as the three pillars that give an AI agent all its power.
Pillar number one is reasoning. This is the large language model, the LLM, acting as the cognitive engine. It uses this amazing process called chain of thought to take a big fuzzy goal and break it down into small logical steps. It's almost like you can hear the agent talking to itself to figure out a plan.
The second pillar is tools. So if the LLM is the brain, then tools are the agent's hands. These are all the connections to the outside world, to other programs and apps like your Gmail, your Slack, your calendar. This is what allows the agent to stop just thinking and start actually doing things in the digital world.
And the third pillar is memory. And honestly, this is a game changer. Your typical chatbot kind of has amnesia. It forgets everything when you start a new conversation. But an agent, it remembers. It learns from your past interactions, building up context over time, so it can get smarter and more personalized.
Okay, but here's where we need to be a little careful. It's not like we're just flipping a switch from dumb AI to smart AI. It's much more useful to think about this as a spectrum of autonomy.
This chart shows that sliding scale perfectly. See, on one end, you've got programmatic control. This is super fast, super efficient, and it's perfect for simple, well-defined tasks, like searching a single database for an answer. But on the other end, you have agentic control. Yeah, it might be a bit slower because it's actually thinking, but it's exactly what you need for those messy, unpredictable goals, like planning a whole vacation from top to bottom.
So the big takeaway here is that it's all about choosing the right tool for the job. You don't always need a super autonomous agent for everything. Sometimes a fast, simple, predictable system is way better. The real skill is going to be knowing which approach to use and when.
So, what does all of this mean for our future? How are we all going to work and live with these new kinds of AI?
Well, the future isn't some battle between Team Generative and Team Agentic. The truly powerful systems are going to be intelligent collaborators. They'll seamlessly blend both worlds. They'll know when it's time to brainstorm a bunch of options with you, and they'll know when it's time to just take the lead and get the job done.
And that brings us to our final thought. As this technology gets better and easier to use, we're all going to have our own personal AI agents. So I'll leave you with this question to chew on. What's the very first task you would hand over to yours?